Hello, hello, hello. We are back and ready to go for example number 3. All right, here we go. Example number 3, using the distributive property to simplify. Distributive property. What is that? Well, I'm sure that you've learned it before, but let's talk about it. Now, when I think about the distributive property, what I think about is distributing something, you know, and I don't know. Sometimes I like to distribute candy. This is my piece of candy here. I hope you like my drawing. I'm gonna make it pink. Hopefully pink will make the candy better. And what I know is that whenever I have candy, and you know, I have my 2 kids, and I'm just gonna talk about Dion and Love. You know, I'm not talking about Andre right now. We're just Dion and Love. What I know is that whenever there's candy, I have to distribute this candy to both of my kids. Otherwise, there's a big problem. So I have to distribute the property to Dion. Did I say property? I don't know what I said that. Distribute the candy to Dion, and I have to distribute the candy to Love. If I don't do this, it's going to be a major problem. So in the end, what happens for a happy home is that Dion has some candy and Love has some candy. They both have the candy. It has been distributed equally among my 2 lovely kids that I love so much. Okay, do you see that? Now this is the same thing as math. Let's say we have a number and it's 4 and we have like something like x plus 3. Well, the 4 is like the candy. You have to distribute the candy to the x, and you distribute it through multiplication, so it's like 4 times x, which is 4x, right? And then you have to distribute this 4 candy to the 3, which is 4 times 3, which is 12. And that's basically the distributive property. Both of these things equal each other. This is 4 multiplied by the quantity, x plus 3, that's how you say that, is equal to 4x plus 12. All right, so let's go ahead and apply that concept over here. So we're going to simplify this. This looks so fun. All right, let's do it. Okay, we have 6. 6 is the candy, and it's outside of the quantity 5 plus n. Notice this is different. We know we're doing the distributive property here because this 6 is right outside the parenthesis. There's nothing in between the 6 and the parenthesis. You could have something like this, 6 plus the quantity 5 plus n, and in this case you wouldn't do the distributive property. However, if you had this, 6 minus 5 plus the quantity n, you would need to distribute this, and you would distribute the negative, and this one's a little tricky, but totally possible. It's almost like this is like a -1, and you distribute the -1 to the 5. So first I rewrite that 6, and I go negative times a positive 5. Negative times positive is just a negative 5. And then I go negative times the n, which is a positive n, and a negative times a positive is a negative n. So that's how that works. And then you just simplify these constants. 6 minus 5 is 1 minus n. You know, and that's what you'll be doing in algebra. For right now, they don't like to give you these negatives outside. I don't know. Maybe they just think you can't do it. I don't know. I think you can do it. That's why I talked about it. But let's get back to this. So this 6 is right outside the parentheses. That means that this is indeed distributive property. So we are going to multiply this 6 to the 5 and also to the n. So 6 times 5 is 30. And then 6 times n is just a positive 6n. And then we have this lovely little friend off to the side, minus 2n. Now this is where we get to our lovely simplification. I see a 30. A 30 is a constant. Are there any other 30s? No, there are not. Then I see an n. I see a 6n, and I see a negative 2n. So those are 2 things that we're going to have to simplify. So I'm going to simplify the variables first that have the n and then put the constant on the end of it. So 6n minus 2n would be 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. So 4n, and that's a positive 30 plus 30. And there you go. That is how you do those types of problems. Now it's time for our friend, the pause dragon. And he's flying in. He's flying in. He flies so fast. Okay, he's telling us to pause. So go ahead, work out, check it out. Example 3, work it all the way out, and then come back and see if you did it right. You can do it. You can do it right. Okay, we are back. So we are going to simplify this. 3 multiplied by the quantity, c plus 7 minus c. So we know that this 3 is right outside the parentheses, so this is indeed distributive property. We're going to go 3 times a c, and then we're going to go 3 times a positive 7. So 3 times c is 3c, and then 3 times a positive 7 would be, 3 times 7 is 21. Minus c, we just kind of drop that down. And then here we go for our simplification. I see a 3c, and then there's a negative c. And then there's a lonely constant 21. Okay, now it's time to simplify like terms. So 3c minus c, that's like 3 minus 1, which is 2c plus 21. And that is our final answer. All right, if you got it right, great job. All right, see you next time. Bye.